guys, I'm back for my Smackdown review. If my face looks kind of like really white, it's because it's actually like really sunny outside, so when I've been like doing like my little test things, my face looks like really pale and stuff, so sorry if that kind of like, you know, reflects on the video. But yeah, no, so I'm back for my Smackdown review, and I thought Smackdown was actually pretty good this week. It's surprising now, like before it used to be, oh, Smackdown was like average, but like lately I've actually been enjoying it, and I think that it's actually getting a lot better. So yeah, I feel like I'm kind of rambling. I'm really tired. I like worked for like 12 hours yesterday, which some of you might think, oh, that's nothing. But I haven't done a 12-hour shift at work for absolutely ages. And on a Saturday, it's like a really bad idea because it was like horrendously busy. So I'm like really tired, and I like slept for like 10.5 hours, but I'm still like, you know, exhausted. So bear with me if this video is a bit of a ramble and doesn't really make sense in places. But anyway, so John Laurinaitis comes out at the start of the show. It seems that he's like, you know, appearing on Smackdown now as well as Raw. And he's like, oh, I'm here, you know, in Triple H's absence. Triple H appears like 3 minutes later, and it's like, well, he's not really absent then, is he? You know, but he just wants to assure everyone that Triple H is in control of like WWE despite what happened on Raw and stuff. He introduces Mark Henry, and Henry says that, you know, it's taken him 15 years to take the title. It will take another 15 before anyone takes the title from him. I sincerely hope not. Can you imagine that? Like, what year is it now? It's in 2026 and Mark Henry's still champion. That would be like a terrifying thought, you know. So anyway, Triple H then comes out and he takes the mic off Mark Henry. He's about to speak, but Christian speaks up because all the Smackdown rosters like surrounding the ring, and he says, you know, Triple H knows he deserves like one more match, and it should be him. Like, after Mark Henry and Orton have had their match at Hell in a Cell, he should get the next shot. And Triple H says, okay, that's fine, but you can actually have your title match tonight in a lumberjack match, obviously against Mark Henry. So that was like the little opening segment. Then we have jobber number 1, Heath Slater versus Sheamus. Seriously, he just, like, when Heath Slater actually wins the match, then I'll change his title from jobber number 1 to, like, you know, trying to be a superstar, Heath Slater. But, you know, yeah, Sheamus wins pretty much, or like, we know, it's not a very long match. He hits a diving shoulder block and hits a bro kick for the win. Then Wade Barrett versus Justin Gabriel. See, Justin Gabriel, on the other hand, you know, they were in the same tag team, but he actually seems to be doing something for himself and looking impressive. Heath Slater is just annoying. And as someone pointed out last week, why did Heath Slater, like, you know, like when they show like the wrestler's like name on their entrance, why did he have like his own little like background thing, like a rock star thing? That was a bit weird. I noticed that they did one for like Wade Barrett with like the UK flag. Maybe I'm just like not observant and they actually do it for like everybody, but I've only noticed like a couple of people that have had that. But anyway, so yeah, Wade Barrett was then in a match against Justin Gabriel. Gabriel looked quite impressive in this one. He hits a nice like moonsault off like the middle of like the top rope. And he goes for the 450 splash, but Barrett hits him with a boot and hits the waistband for the win. So that actually was a pretty decent match, to be honest, because, you know, normally like people like Wade Barrett I haven't been that interested in, but I think he's, you know, now that he's getting a bit of a push, he's like actually getting better. So that wasn't too bad. Then we have the Divas tag team match for AJ and Caitlyn versus Natalya and Beth Phoenix. Beth wins with the Glam Slam. Caitlyn is terrible. AJ is pretty good, but Caitlyn is just like, you know, terrible, I have to say. She did like a move or two. She's like, hopefully she doesn't turn out to be like the next Kelly. Randy Orton faces Cody Rhodes in a rematch from the match that they had on Raw a couple weeks ago. Cody takes his mask off and hits Orton with it when the ref's not looking. And then the ref sees it, it's come off and tells him to put it back on right away. But then Orton kind of like pulls it off his face and like hits Cody with it, which obviously gets Orton disqualified. But then he kind of goes crazy and just keeps on and on like hitting like Cody with the mask. And then he hits his DDT. But then it like cuts to like a backstage segment. So I'm not sure if something else happened. Because then when you come back, the commentators are like, oh, you know, after the devastating, you know, scene that we've just seen, that sounds funny, devastating scene that we've just seen in the ring. So I don't know if they cut because of, you know, something or whatever, but it just seems a bit weird that they like cut it just after all and hit the DDT. Very strange. Great Khali versus Jinder Mahal. Khali wins. There we go. That's, you know, Jinder's kind of push gone out the window. Bye-bye. Hopefully we don't see you again soon. So Daniel Bryan then faced Sin Cara. The match was going along, you know, I was like drying my hair at this point, so I wasn't really paying attention to the match. You know, so I'd like, you know, like do random things while I'm watching wrestling, like drying my hair. But then the other Sin Cara came out, or the Sin Cara that was fighting, I don't know if it was the real one or the fake one, was on the top rope, and then the other one came out and pushed him off the top rope, and then hit, looked like a swanton bomb and won. Obviously the referee didn't see, so Sin Cara won, obviously not the one that started the match, but Sin Cara won anyway, so you know, now Sin Cara is stealing Bella Twins' gimmick. Twin magic by Sin Cara. Shocking. Then we had a tag team match, and this match was actually really good. It was Air Boom versus the Usos. I actually laughed. The commentary in this match was hilarious because obviously, you know, Booker T has his like ridiculous lines, and Josh Matthews and Michael Cole were like taking all of his lines, so Booker T had nothing to say, and I actually found that really funny because like Michael Cole was like, oh, what was it? Something like oh, Kofi's shoulder bone's connected to his knee bone, and like, oh, and Booker T was like, what are you doing? And then Josh Matthews was like, oh, you know, Evan Bourne hits that move with the greatest of ease, and Booker T was getting like really annoyed at them, and it was actually really funny. So you just have to listen to the commentary in that match. And like also Booker T, like I forgot to mention it, like they were talking about Hell in a Cell, and like Michael Cole was like, oh, Randy Orton, yeah, so talking about like Mark Henry and Randy Orton's like stats in like Hell in a Cell. They're like, oh, Mark Henry's never been in one, but Randy Orton's been in 3 and he's won 2 of them. And Booker T's like, I think you might be right. It's like Michael Cole is looking at him like, well, of course I'm right. It's actually happened, you idiot. And it was really funny. I love how it's always, you know, Josh Matthews trying to be serious, like, you know, talking about something that's happening or whatever, and then them people just like laughing because of Booker T's like stupidity. But you know, yeah, no. So going back to the tag team match, the commentary in that was really funny. And then Kobe hits the Trouble in Paradise and then tags in Evan for the Airborne for the win, so that was good. But I'm hoping, you know, that they'll involve the Usos more in the tag team kind of division, because they are actually a pretty good team. So the main event was the Lumberjack match, obviously, between Christian and Mark Henry for the World Heavyweight title. During the show, Christian had been like going up to all the Smackdowns, or not all of them, but a few of them, trying to get them on his side. He offered Sheamus a potato as a peace offering, which was weird. But, you know, so basically, you know, they're fighting, like, Christian gets thrown back in the ring by Ezekiel Jackson, then they're both on the outside. All the superstars try to attack Mark Henry, but he, like, overpowers them and throws them all off. Christian tries to leave, but then Sheamus, who hasn't been, you know, at ringside for the match, runs out and, like, chucks Christian back in the ring, so Henry hits the World's Strongest Slam for the win, but then Orton runs out, and tries to, you know, hit the RKO on Henry, but he escapes it, but then Orton drop kicks him out of the ring, so it finishes with Orton standing in the ring, and, like, Henry on the outside, like, how dare you. So, yeah, so that was Smackdown, and it was actually pretty good. I know it's rubbish that they've only got, like, a 2-week build, obviously, to Hell in a Cell, but to be honest, they don't need a really massive build, obviously, because it's a rematch with, like, Henry and Orton, and obviously with the Raw, with, like, Cena, Del Rio, and Punk, they've kind of all been, like, feuding, like, for a while now, so it's not like they're trying to build up a new feud, if you know what I mean. What is actually, is there another pay-per-view in October, or is it just going to be Survivor Series in November, because I can't think what the October pay-per-view is, or is it bragging rights, or have they stopped that now? I'm hoping they've stopped it, because that used to be really annoying, but we'll see what happens anyway. So yeah, that was my kind of quick rambling Smackdown review. But before I go, I want to say, in 2 weeks' time, I will be on my holiday from work, so I'm going like up to see Liam in Whitehaven. So that whole week, I'm not going to be able to do any kind of review. So obviously, you know, I normally do my Smackdown review on a Sunday, but obviously I'm going away on Saturday, so I won't be able to do that. So obviously, I'll do my Hell in a Cell review and the Raw review in the middle of the week, but I want to put up a video on the Friday, just so that, you know, it's not like age or so long between me doing a video. I know it's still like over a week, but whatever. So, but I want you guys to decide, because obviously I'll do whichever one gets the most votes, either another question and answer video, which in this case you'll have to leave comments or questions for me to actually answer, or I will finally do my WrestleMania 17 review. So it's up to you guys to decide. So please, if you're going to comment on this video anyway, just after your comments about Smackdown, please leave your answer if you want me to do a question and answer number 2 or WrestleMania 17 review. I'm going to leave it up to you guys to decide, because I will do whichever one gets the most votes. But anyway, I need to go because my legs are cramping up pretty quick. So thanks for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!